over here. So as you can see, it came down, found some support around this 720 area, right around here, and it dropped down. So we have that line on the chart. It came up, it tested it in pre-market, it failed, tested it right out of the gates and failed, came back up, broke through that area, held support, gained support back, made new highs yesterday, tried to hold the support, and the support level is kind of, it's in between this 7 and 720 area. I think they've taken the 720 gap fill, it's filled the gap, and now they kind of rounded the support level towards 7. So as you could see, it bounced at 7, couldn't hold 720, couldn't hold 7, and dropped. Went all the way down to 560, where the previous day open was. So we're in a channel right now from 560 towards 7. Over 7 and over 720, you're going to look to take it long. Looks like it's had a little bit of consolidation and a little bit of struggle around this 750 area as well. But really, if you're short bias, you want to start getting a position here. Your stop's going to be over 720. This thing's an ultra low float. As you saw yesterday, it can move. So definitely be careful with that, but keep it on the radar. Next up, we have ASNS. It's $1.50. It's up 25%. It's a 5 million share float. It's traded 340,000 shares of volume. It made its move yesterday. So I'm not too sure how much continuation we're going to be able to see out of it. I have an alert up here towards this one. Let's see. Probably 160 area. Just to catch it and see if it comes back in play. Other than that, UAVS is on the scanner, up 23%. It's too cheap, not enough volume. Save, a little bit too expensive. ANY looks like it's priming and ready to go. Hey, good morning. So really ANY would be it. It really looks like it wants to get over 7. So on the 1 minute chart and the 5 minute chart, it's coming up, pressing 7, pressing 7. This is like a triple top. If it gets over 7 here, it definitely has potential to squeeze out of the gates. Oops. All right, Laura. Well, we'll see you later. Yeah, surprisingly, I didn't even see his alerts yesterday when I was trading, but he held it just as stubborn as I did. He was, I'm not even sure. He had 40,000 shares with a $7 average, and he went down, what, as far as 870? So he was down about a $1.65 with 40,000 shares. Let's see the math on that. So yeah, he was in the hole 66,000, and he pulled out what, like 12,000, 13,000. So it's funny to see that, you know, people think of him as a professional, and he got squeezed the same as I did, and I was holding. I was obviously not letting go of it. I just didn't have the cushion in my account to sustain it, and it could have turned into a winner. I had 4,000 shares with a 750 average, and obviously it closed around 6. So you know, doing the math on that, I potentially could have made 6,000. I would have made $1.50 from my 750 average if I could have held it the whole move. But you know, that's not a good trade. Those are the trades that you blow up accounts. You know, I had one of those the other week in the demo, and you know, you guys, you're saying don't beat yourself up about it, but you know, as you saw yesterday, it's worth beating yourself up over. So I'm not trading today. I don't have an account. One of the things that I wanted to implement over on my rules. So you could have got short around 7, maybe with a 720 average, just like today, if you were to take it short. And then the next daily resistance wasn't up until based on this candle. It went from 720 to the next daily resistance. The high of this candle was 912. Anything in between, I shouldn't have been trying to short it in between off of anything else. So I shouldn't have taken it short until 912, and it got up to 870, and it failed, and then you can start shorting off of other resistance like this intraday high, I guess. But that doesn't really make any sense either, because I was shorting off of intraday resistance. I added up in this pullback, and then I got squeezed here. This is where it went really bad. I covered up here at 812 just because I couldn't sustain the loss anymore. Yeah, unfortunately I did renew, so I have a student account. I'm just waiting on the login credentials. I was supposed to get them today. I was supposed to get them yesterday, but they had a lot of people sign up for TradeNet. Yeah, once short sale restriction gets turned on, it's really ideal for the bulls, and that's something to take note. I'm doing the student account. So 2,500 with the Black Friday special that was ended yesterday. So UAVS popped up on the scanners now, 205,000 shares. Let's see here. I don't have a market clock. UAVS. News at 8:30. Signs one of the largest specialty producers in North America. Drone leasing program. So the fact that it's up over $1, I guess you can let it pull back if you want to. See if it holds over $1. If it does, it's usually pretty big news for a company. That means it's back on the market, it's tradable. Plus it made it up on good news. It didn't just do a reverse split. I'm going to open up the mic for Ross and see what he's doing, and we'll go from there. But looking at UAVS, ANY, I don't really like ASNS.
I guess on that one, I'd be watching it over sort of this pivot of 25. So I'll have those two ready to go, and we'll see if we can get an opportunity here out of the gates. All right, so that's the game plan with about 30 seconds to the bell. So again, take a breath, stay focused, try to take a couple of good, solid trades this morning. All right, so I'm going to shut off the YouTube feed. Those of you guys watching, you're welcome to join us. Coupon code CM35, Cyber Monday 35 is still active. We're going to close it down today, though. So if you guys want to join us, we'd love to have you. All right, so I'm thinking out of the gates. I'm definitely watching. So ANY dipped down a little bit. UAVS, I would watch over $1.20.
So here comes the volume on ANY getting
UAVS.
pushed up.
Risk check failed. That's
720
really disappointing.
Is the spot of resistance,
so
but you want to see it hold over 7.
$1,000 in the IRA account. I punched the order at $1.25. But all right, so UAVS, and look at that range.
So ANY looks weak now that it just got rejected hard off of the 720 average, which would have been your stop if you were short.
Should have been an immediate $1,000 on that one.
So you could feel a little bit more comfortable on this because it got slammed down. You could be adding to your position here. Your target is obviously going to be more towards this.
I'm not sure why that happened, but I'll
previous
watch it
close. But keep in mind, it did hit 560 in the pre-market. So right now, you've paid yourself if you got in the trade. That was a really fast-moving trade, so it's hard to say.
So
UAVS
is $1.10.
Holding above 110. See if it can hold up.
ANY volatile. $1.13 on the bid, $1.12, $1.11, $1.10, flushing down through low day. So that one opportunity on that one out of the gates, and unfortunately I missed it. Good job for those of you guys that hit it. Quick scalp.
UAVS still holding above that dollar area, but he says it's pretty much out of play.
So, you know, it's
you can watch
easy
it
to
for
get a little FOMO when you have a good setup and then
watch it to see if it plateaus here. I'd be pretty short bias ASNS right now. Under 150. It didn't actually trigger my alert. I'm not sure why. I had an alert up here just to see if it came back into play.
And then, of course, once they go red on the day, that kind of ruins the pattern, at least for a little while. Now it's at 99 cents.
It has clear daily resistance up here around 160. It's up 26% for the day. ANY is trying to gain some traction over the VWAP. We'll see if this turns into a bear flag. It came back up, tested the opening price, which is this white line here, and it looks like it may definitely continue lower. If it gets over the VWAP, you want to see it hold over. I really wouldn't go long until it holds over 7, probably on the 5-minute. But it does have potential.
Watching the scans right now. Nice draw in UAVS at 18, out at 34. Very good.
Because if it gets up in the 720 area, Ross is going to start picking it up. His chat room's going to pick it up.
ANY, you know, that's that red to green move. That's similar to what we had yesterday, but this is just sort of so dramatic. Probably give it a second. Not going to trade this one in the IRA. Watch on a pullback. The high is 32.
So he's looking to get in. He's bullish, looking to get in on a pullback. That'd be a 1 minute micro pullback. The question I kind of always ask is
where's this going to run into resistance? Could it get halted? 35, 41. You know, where can I buy it with low risk? We know it's got some resistance at $7.50, and then above that it has next resistance at around $8. So I'm watching here for a pullback. 745 is the high.
So this 720 area was pretty critical based on the gap close.
So I want to see it.
So if it does pull back, you'd want to see it hold over 750. It looks like it's not going to give much.
Not waiting for the dip. I mean, that's technically a micro pullback, but it's very micro. And then back to 730 on the bid. So buying up there would have been too high to buy without a pullback to reestablish.
So it's definitely respecting the 720 level. For now, it's catching some bids in this area for the dip buy.
You know, you multiply me by.
But this thing's pretty whippy.
Thousands of other traders.
It went from 715
and want to wait for
to 640 recently.
You're not going to see that same.
Now, you know, from 640 to 760. So downsize risk on this one if you're playing it. UAVS is respecting that $1 area that I was. You really want to see this stock hold this $1 area. It seems like it is, but it has resistance at the VWAP. So give it a little bit more time and see if it can plateau there. ANY still testing that $7 area. 720.
So pull this back. Float is 4.4 million shares. On watch
yeah, but
for a second.
UAVS had some pretty good news today.
Here's a headline. I'll take a starter on Delt. I'll take a starter here at 25.
So ANY looks pretty good for now. It's holding.
So the high right now is 27.
It's a super low float, so it has potential to squeeze.
When you see a 24,000 share sell or 28, that's not the prettiest thing.
DLT.
So that seller popped up for a second.
Launched a new business. A tea shop chain business in China. I don't know. I'm not so sure about this one. Resistance at 122.
I'm going to stop out and take my profit on it.
Yeah, I don't really like this one.
At ANY. ANY gave a 1 minute micro pullback, which I missed. Focusing on Delt.
ASNS. UAVS is under $1.
Now 72 on ANY.
ANY is going crazy again. It's just strong. So here was your chance to get in that he missed that we were looking at. It came back down. It tested this 720 area, and now 720 is support. So you want to see it get as far away from 720 as possible. Maybe pull back and turn 750 into support. You don't want to see it come right back down to the 720 area and test it again, because it just tested it. So if it comes back down and tests it again, people are probably going to pull the rug. So if you're not yet in the trade,
so the new high is 72 on ANY.
It's risky. Getting more risky here. The 5 minutes starting to get extended.
Set up in the 70s, depending on how well it holds up.
He's looking to scalp a 10-cent
INPX
move.
I just don't trust right now. ANY, so you could have scalped.
There's a lot of shorts that are waiting to short it up in this area.
The risk is a little higher because it didn't do a actual 1 minute pullback.
I would think
sort of
up in this channel between 8 and 8.
Now it's got a high of 86.
8 and 830 is where they'd be looking to short. So we'll see what happens up in this area.
Sort of reestablish a lower risk entry
if it gets up there. Also 870.
No trades in the main account, only took the DELT trade in the IRA.
So this is another 1 minute pullback. You want to see it hold over about 750 at least.
5 cents total.
And then you look to get in at the new 1 minute candle to make a new high.
High on ANY.
Up towards 86. Over 780. And then over 780, you're definitely looking at 8. So you'd scalp the 20 cents. You might take some size off here. And we'll see. It might pull back for a little bit longer. Then we'll start looking at the 5 minute pattern. 5 minute pattern still looks good. You definitely want to see the 5 minute pattern hold over 750.
With 40 seconds left on it. Breaking below the $0.50 back to 41, 43. It's a little bit more of a dip than you like.
So caught some bids. Just came back down and touched the EMA. It's hard to see on my charts, but it's right here. Like he said, dip down a little bit more.
INPX back down at 486, so that was the right move to sit on the sidelines on that one.
So now you'll probably want to start playing the 5 minute chart on this.
UABS back below $1, disappointing there, but that could have been a nice win. Just didn't hold up. High of the last 1 minute candle on ANY is 770.
Okay, so this is a breakout candle right here.
Candle to make a new high, and you see it happen there.
Not getting much resolution. We'll see what happens.
High is 86.
If this fails, then you'll definitely move to the 5 minute pattern. But you'll still want to see it hold up.
Where can I trust this?
Yeah, use the 9 EMA.
And we know we're right below the 200 on the daily, which is at 815.
So he's looking at the daily chart here. This 200 EMA is 815. So being underneath the 200 is clear overhead resistance. I used to have the 912 on the 1, and then the 912 and 50 on the 5, but I just reduced it to the VWAP and the 9, and I don't use it very often, so it's very subtle on my charts. It kind of blends into the background. So keep in mind we still have this short area here as it pushes up, but ideal shorts, it would get up here quickly and be overextended on the 5 and call for a pullback, and then it might just get slammed down. If it just grinds up slowly in an uptrend here, then
the high of that candle
it's strong.
Was 780. So if we broke over 780, we'd almost, I would say, definitely hit 790. So I would watch ANY around 775. If we see volume coming in, but it may flush back down here. We'll see. AEMD, I'll keep on watch. It's a little more expensive. It's just a little less expensive. I'm not sure I trust it.
So ANY,
missed ANY again.
Barely setting a new high a day.
All right, now I'm getting a little frustrated.
So it did give you a tiny bit of a pullback, but it was 73 to 90. You would have had to been very quick on that. Bottoming wicks on the 5 minute show that people are coming in and buying the dip and holding it up. So ANY had a pullback here. It had a pullback here on the 1 minute. We're still seeing pretty good volume, but it looks like it's going to need more of a 5 minute pattern to set up.
Yeah, if you set a buy stop, you will usually get filled higher than the buy stop.
Now it's holding up. UAVS is coming back up to test this $1 area, so you could potentially short UAVS here with a risk over 1. You can see it broke through 1, came back down, it's under VWAP, tested 1, tested the VWAP, broke down, now kind of climbed its way back up on low volume, and it's testing this $1 area. So you could easily take a short here with well-defined risk. I think this has good news, so it has potential.
Yeah, so ANY,
but as long as you can get in with risk,
high by like 3 cents. So
you can give it 10 cents to win 30. You can risk over this open.
I think at this point, maybe waiting
over the
VWAP pullback is better.
Over this consolidation area, and your profit target is going to be a gap close towards the 730.
As you can see. So let it pull back happen, reestablish risk.
ASNS.
I have the same thing, Kyle.
We were looking to short it up here with a 150
already about it.
Stop.
It happened to me on UAVS, SPCB.
SPCB on the scanners.
I pull up the stock, I take a look at it.
New project in
it's
Europe.
8 million share float, 8.8. That's low, but not super low. There is news that came out at 9.39. It looks like.
So first thing you want to look
at
the
daily chart. It has a double top at $1.45, and then it has room up to $1.65. But it has several moving averages that are going to cross through.
See all these moving averages
action.
Here.
So it's not perfect.
A lot of overhead resistance.
Maybe I'll see if it shows some strength, and then I can always buy, the first pullback if it gives us a good pullback. $1.40 by $1.42 right now.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the bigger picture on the 5 minute for ANY, it's definitely in an uptrend here. But it could be setting a lower high from yesterday. I really wanted to see it under 7 for a short, but it's coming up into our short radar here as well.
$2 in the IRA. Slow and steady.
This tip right here would be an ideal short
at
840. So let me clear this up. Shorting it there would be really nice. We're gonna run into resistance here.
Missed UAVS, so missed a couple opportunities already.
So good volume, showing strength. It's above the VWAP. It's coming back beneath the 9 on the 1 minute chart. Still above the VWAP. We had a breakout level around 720, which was the previous gap close on the daily way back here. Here it held support around 720. And then this day it went from 720 down to this area, and that's what we've been playing that level the last couple days.
So Rob emailed back from Lightspeed. He said I put the order on UABS at $1.30.
Overhead resistance at 815 as
and
well.
I pressed it, the buy button, when it was at $1.18.
So that's why we were looking to get in here.
My order was more than 10% away from the current market price, which was actually $1.15, I guess, when I pressed the buy button. So the risk check failed, more than 10%. So I would have actually done better using my hotkey of shift 1.
So ANY, test the 720. To me, this is a broken pattern on the 5. You really wanted to see it hold above 750. And 750, I mean, it's 950. A lot of times that maps out as high a day. I think most of the easy money has been made, even though ANY was not an easy thing to trade. That thing was super choppy. It didn't really pick a direction. It's still indecisive, in my opinion. It's up 18%, but not an easy trade. A more reliable way to play any right now would be to watch it for about 15 minutes, hope that these consolidation candles get smaller and it holds over our 715, 720 area. And as they get smaller, the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, maybe right around here, is going to be your breakout candle. Maybe, let's see, 55, a breakout candle in this area would be nice. So we can watch for that. Looks like a lot of people are piling short off the $8 resistance. The sell candle's equally as big as the previous buy candle, but it's still not the highest volume of the day. Yeah, volume seems to just have diminished completely. TLRY right now doesn't have much support underneath it. It's out of my wheelhouse though.
Current 5-minute candle has about 2.5 minutes left on it. I use the 9 and the 20 EMA.
Yeah, the 9 and 20. I said 9 and 12. 9 and 12 are way too close to one another. I have read somewhere that the 12 EMA is the most popular, but the 9 and 12 on such a small time frame are pretty close to one another. A lot of people have both of them on there. That way, if they cross over one another, they'll use that as an indicator for a possible trend reversal. I mean, some people use the 8 and the 10. I found that it just wasn't as reliable to buy support off of those. There are some stocks that really respect it, and you could play that stock based on it respecting a certain EMA, or maybe it really respects the VWAP or a price level, and that's all, you know, different. It's all stock specific. So even though this has died down, this is a stock in play. So it's definitely something to keep on close watch.
I have the current candle, 59. ANY, I would probably say is a scalp when this 5-minute candle ends for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high.
I would like to see it pull back and have another smaller candle and maybe set a high over here underneath 750 and then get the new candle around this area to make a new high. The longer that it holds up here, I think the better.
The high of the current candle is 59, so if it broke the half dollar of 50, it needs to immediately, squeeze up to 59, 60, 70, and continue.
The only thing, you don't want buyers to lose interest. Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking a starter. So right there, I just took a starter on ANY. As soon as I saw that big bid pop up, did you guys see that big bid? As soon as I saw that, I punched the order. Like literally the second I saw it in the 40s, I hit the order. Now I'm gonna hold the rest of my position with a stop at.
So it's not getting any resolution right now. You really want to give it a minute at most to break out, or I'd be a little worried about my position. So I mean, this is the breakout candle. It's getting volume. You want to see it break out. If it's not going to break out, I'd start to get worried. He's holding. He's long.
So I filled 9,000 shares at 43 and 45 and 48.
And it's holding up.
And then
it's not really breaking out though.
64, 63, 61, and I'm still holding 1,000 shares.
So he's in and out. Still holding a small piece.
So I stepped up to the plate with a bigger order because I saw that big bid. And now I don't see it anymore, but I saw it, and I think anyone who was sitting short probably saw it too. 4.6 million shares of volume on this now. New stop would be probably half dollar, 750.
So it's already traded the whole float twice. It's called a float rotation.
But what we'll probably see here is the first 1 minute pullback after a fresh breakout. So we want to see it hold this level and then break over 65, go into the 70s. So stop is still definitely 40, so I stopped out of the rest of it there at 38. So that was $1,371.70, first 5-minute candle to make a new high. So now I'm up 1,300 on ANY and 500 on DELT. That's 1,800 on the day. YECO, I'm a little skeptical on.
Where do we want this to go?
Not totally sure on this one.
Topped out yesterday. I have an alert at 680 if it gets up in this area.
I made 500 in the IRA account today on DELT. Yeah.
Looks like it might be breaking a small trend line. Nothing really well defined here. Yeah, nothing crazy. UAVS is curling back up over $1. Be interested to see if it gets up towards here.
YECO, 627 by 640. 596 on the bid. Spread opened up there.
Yeah, I mean, Ross Ross is fast. I don't know his average hold time, but it's very short.
Was 767. We now have two doji candles after this red candle, so a little bit of indecision.
Last year his average profit was 18 cents. Profit for winning trades. So he's fast, really fast. Definitely, always. You can hear it in his voice when he sets out price targets. I can hear it in his voice. You could also hear. You could hear his You can hear his executions with his keyboard and his mouse. I have a lot of live recordings of him. And you also lose. He usually, when he takes profit, he says, "There we go," or "Here we go," and that's usually when he's getting filled on the ask. So as you think like, okay, we're in, let's go, he's scaling back. But that's last year with smaller plays. If we start getting a little bit more resolution.
I use my hotkey on ANY. Yeah. Pressed it 3 times, getting filled at 43, 45, and 48, and then selling at 64 and 63. I mean, it was just instantly popped up.
He sold at 64 and 63. And
there were enough people, I think, watching it, and maybe
the high of this candle was
level 2, that when that big bid popped
59.
Up,
so he's saying, you know, buy a 5-minute candle to make a new high at 59. He's selling at 64.
Range, though, the better it looks for a move higher. I would say 767 is the new level to watch.
But 767 was the
volume
high.
Is declining, and it is.
So if you bought this candle, you definitely wouldn't have been able to sell into it. I mean, he bought down in here. He didn't really buy the 5-minute candle to make a new high. He anticipated the breakout, which, let's see, on the 1 minute. Yeah, he was buying maybe off the 1 minute pattern here in the 40s, selling in the 60s. So UAVS coming up, testing the VWAP up over $1. Really indecisive. Obviously, this company wants to stay above $1. It's been trading below $1. Last time it came up above $1, it had a green day, got up to $1.50. Second day, tested it, and it might have run into some moving averages here, and then failed. So if it can get over this moving average, which is about 105, and hold over it, it definitely has potential to 150. Then we have consolidation here around 170. Definitely curling up. So you could go long here over $1 with your risk underneath $1 if you wanted to. It's a cheap stock, but it's probably available on Robinhood. It's already up 48% for the day. You're running into the VWAP here, which is going to be another critical level. There's just a lot of levels that it has to close over. But if it gets over, we got to 138 today. So, yeah, not sure. One thing to note though, if it does gap up and it closes red, I'd expect it to fail and close the gap. I'm more short bias on stocks. So that just triggered an alert. Who made 240,000? Was it in his room or a different room? You know the guy's name?
UABS has a ways to go, but it's moving up. Fault level shows right now at $1.23. High a day is at $1.38. There's a possibility. I'll take a starter of UABS here. I'll take a starter at 15, and I want to add on this on UABS over $1.20. Because the way it's curling up, I like that action. So I'm watching it to break $1.20. So I'm going to add there $1.17 and $1.19. Throwing out my orders to add.
He meant sell.
So I'm
just kidding.
6,000 shares at $1.18.
6,000.
See what this thing does.
You can actually see his order flow come through. Good volume coming in still. Trying to get over this 120 area. See, in his voice, he sounded nervous about this 120. He's probably scaling out a little. Not necessarily.
18 by 19. I'm going to say breakout or bailout, and I'm going to stop out. A $79 loss in my main account. I made 180 in the IRA.
So you could hear it in his voice when he doesn't trust the stock.
So that's going to use
he was
up
scaling
all my
out.
IRA.
He had 6,000 shares.
For the next 2 days.
But he's not going to be like, I'm going to stop out and then sell his 6,000 shares. He's going to get out of his position and announce he's out, today. Which, I mean, is reasonable. You don't want a full chat room.
A lot of volume came through there, and it seemed like there was a lot of selling in the 15.
There's about 1,400 people in his chat room right now. You don't want those 1,400 people getting out of the stock ahead of you. So it looks like it respected this $1.20 area and got denied. So pretty choppy. I don't know what to think of it. ASNS, I'd look to get short again. Massive volume candle. I'd look for a view-up rejection here. Risk over, I guess, 150. ANY is still floating around.
Hotkeys. So this with the press of buttons.
Looks heavy.
Getting in and getting out.
There it goes.
ANY back at $7. So I think today's going to be kind of, I don't know. I think that might be it. It's 10, a little past 10, and we're just not seeing a lot of clean action.
ASNS is making a run. Just triggering an alert right now. So it just triggered an alert for a double top. Highest volume candle of the day on the 5-minute. Shows strength. On the 1-minute, had a little breakout candle. Had a 1-minute pullback, so you could have entered here. Not sure about this one either. Up 37%, had a pre-market high of 170.
ASNS, this was on our watch earlier. Volume 1.8 million shares.
Wow.
Let me take a look at it.
On the daily chart, 174 right here's
like
the
about to get halted
50
here.
EMA, and the level 2's pinned, so it's going to get halted.
Scalping this coming out of the halt. That's sort of a surprise pop right there.
One thing I've noticed today, I've been ahead of Ross on almost all of these trades, pulling them up, but he doesn't miss any of them. Although my call on this was wrong, I would have been shorting it. Ross limits his risk by staying in the stock for a very limited amount of time. So most likely a 5-minute halt on ASNS.
So, kind of bummer to use up all of my buying power in the IRA down to only $3,000. So use up all the buying power for only, $700.
Yeah, definitely tech
I
trader.
had that $2,200 winner in it last week, and I used only $18,000 of buying power to get it. So today I had to use like $18,000 buying power to get only $700. But just continuing to build the account. We'll be at 22,200 or so tomorrow, getting closer to that $25,000 level in the small account. Main account.
So what I'm doing right now, I'm setting alerts for the top and bottom, just so I don't miss
good risk management there.
the open.
Nice to have small losers
when it resumes. So prices here,
the big ones.
Price alerts top and bottom. Once it resumes, I'll get a notification, and we can check back. That way, you don't have to watch it.
And it is definitely nice to have winners in the IRA, even if they're smaller.
Everything's been super choppy. There hasn't been a setup that I've really liked. It would have kind of just been a gambling day. But you're better off not trading. I can't trust any ANY just because of the low float. You think it's going to do one thing and it can just easily do the opposite. If it gets over this 200 EMA, this thing definitely has potential and has room. Over 7 for me is bullish.
So now I would mark out the high of 95. I'll take a starter here at 90. The scalp, the break over $2. So watching right now over 95, 97. I want to see that break at $2 on ASNS. Got a high right now of 97.
So it's come up on this $2 area before.
Pullback.
Last time it was up here, 275.
This on the daily chart has more than enough room, so I do think it has the potential to break over too. The low of the pullback is 78. So I'll watch it down here.
Over 175s.
95.
The 50-day EMA on the daily.
We want to see a little more volume come in. There's 97.
No, I should probably get it today. They said they got a lot of signups for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
$2 and then 205, 210. Usually I'd consider adding right here. I'm just going to kind of watch this for a second.
It's slow, but it's holding up. This is going to
take the form, I think, of a 1-minute micro pullback on ASNS. The low of the pullback is 78.
Currently up 70%.
I'm adding right there for the break, and there's that pop.
So this is looking like it'll get halted for a second time if it keeps going.
$642 all out for right now.
So he's in and out.
And then sold the ad at 204.
97
so that puts me up just about $2,600 today. I had to hold through a little bit of a dip there. Bounced off of kind of the high before the halt. High now is 210. Over 210 I could add back, but I'll just kind of watch this for a second.
He's the LeBron James of trading.
So if I'd been able to get in before the halt, that would have been obviously an even bigger winner, but
it makes it look so easy.
Works too.
So easy.
There are some sellers popping up on it.
So it has daily resistance up in here, 720, 715, or 220, 215. Over that though, you're at 275.
So another green day. 45 minutes of trading, $2,640, right around there. ASNS was a surprise. I wasn't expecting to get that.
ANY was definitely tradable on TradeNet.
ASNS, not super interested in it right now because it's kind of pulling back. Below 78, I'm really not interested. Because now we're going to have these two red candles on the 5-minute chart. So just keep it on watch.
UAVS and ASNS were most likely not tradable on TradeNet because, as you can see, they just normally don't trade on any volume. So TradeNet doesn't have those available. It's not really meant for penny stocks. It's geared much more towards mid and large cap stocks. Even the course that they teach you don't even look at the penny stocks. Whenever you trade in the direction of the market. And you know, I learned differently. I learned from Ross, so he doesn't even really look at the SPY because it doesn't matter. You know, this stock's up 60%. UAVS is up 23%. It has nothing to do with the SPY, although the SPY did get a recent push up. So I mean, I do have it on one of my charts. I'll drag it over here. So you'll see my watch list here. Down here I always have the SPY just to see what it's doing. So I mean, it's useful to have. But I have a watch list on one of my monitors. This is more like a screen sharing monitor, and then I have another set up on a bigger monitor where I can watch two specifically, just like I have on the screen share, where it has 1 minute, 5 minute, and the daily. It has the news and everything like that. So 3 monitors for charts, and then I have one for the chat room. Yeah, their chat room's definitely large caps, which is where I might end up. Small caps, I've been getting reamed on these. They're not easy. So I know a lot of people that go with Warrior Trading start with him and then gravitate towards Mike. What's up, Noah? Yeah, TVs are good, but the resolution's not very good from what I've found. So they end up being like a much smaller monitor than even a 24-inch monitor. Because I was doing that too. I had some TVs, and they help. I mean, if you have them around, you can use them. But I was able to find some monitors for super cheap. But what resolution does your computer actually output to the monitors? It doesn't output a 4K screen resolution, does it? Do you at least get like a 1080? So
Donald, shoot us an email.
No, I didn't do any trading today. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not crystal clear. I'm just wondering the resolution, because like I have a laptop screen that's 15 inches, but it has a really high resolution, so I can fit more on that 15-inch monitor than I can on my 25-inch monitors, because the resolution is so much better. It's a 4K screen. Yeah, no, I blew it yesterday, so just waiting on other information, login credentials, I guess, for an account. Yep. Yeah, I got stopped out. It was 3,800, but you know, actually 2,500 of my money. The P&L is posted in the Discord. Every day I post a P&L. If anybody's watching and they want to be part of the Discord, I can post a link for you guys. There's a lot of good information. If you want to learn how to trade, everything's free. We post some watch lists, we post some announcements. There's some chatting going on about stocks. Yeah, welcome to the channel, Absolute. We do this every day. We're here 9:15 to about 11. So as you notice, the market dies down about 10:30. The easy money's been made. Today wasn't easy in my opinion at all. I think everything was really choppy. Some days are better than others. Today, I'm not taking any trades. So be back tomorrow. Probably gonna shut it down soon. Let me post this link up for you guys. So within Discord, once you join, just message me, message Blake, Trader Blake, and just say you came in from YouTube, and I'll give you access to the library. And within the library, there's a ton of information that you can read. There's videos, all different kinds of material for you to look at. So it's free for anybody that wants to take the time and learn the market. Alright.
I'm not sure. It's kind of always tough when they dip down like this and then surge back up. The high is 215, so I don't know.
ASNS now up 73%. YECO failed. ANY killed back up. ANY is testing daily highs. So looking at it on the 5-minute, this candle prematurely broke out. I was looking for it to break out over here, so I was looking for this candle to be small and another pullback, and then a breakout candle, maybe lower. So since this one broke out, we waited for another high, waited for another high. 726 could have been a very good entry, and you'd be up 50 cents right now. I stopped watching it, but it's a very clean 5-minute pattern. Well, not the cleanest because of this little fake out, and that's what broke the pattern. That's kind of what got me uninterested. And what did it do since it failed to break out? It went from 760 back down to under 7. Well, it's still held over 7, which was our bias. Short under 7, bullish over 7. Up over VWAP. The EMA is starting to curl. It's breaking through the 90 EMA on the one. So this may very well turn into a cup and handle, where this would be the cup. It pulls back, gains some support, and then comes back up, and it'll just look like a cup. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining the channel. I'm going to open up the library for you so you can take a look around in there.
Yeah, this high is 15. So the first 5-minute candle will make a new high is a possibility, but it's already got 6.5 million shares of volume. So I think at this point, the volume is going to be a little too crowded.
All right, Tech Trader, we'll see you. So if this breaks 715 here, it would be pretty bad. You know, it held now. You want to see it form a higher low. If it doesn't form a higher low, I'd be pretty worried. So even if it just pivots here and holds, it's still better. So that's pretty much it for the day for me. No trades to review of my own. So gonna end it there. Be back tomorrow about 9. Gonna announce the watch list at 9:15. I should be funded. I should have an account. So we'll be, back to trading. Yeah, guys. So hopefully see you tomorrow. Hopefully you guys come in. If you can, come in with a game plan. Help build the watch list. That's what I'm really trying to do here. I'm trying to find some other people that can contribute. If not, you're not at that point yet, now's a good time to learn. Look at the videos, look at the books, look at everything in the library, and then we'll go from there. All right, Noah. All right, guys, we'll see ya.